Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy9 here. Welcome back to a brand new episode of my F1 2019 career mode for you guys today here on the channel here for the Canadian Grand Prix. And as you can see, it's going to be a wet one. So that's going to be something to look forward to. Maybe, maybe not. But as you can see here, first of all, we're going to go into the R&D screen. Because as you can see here, we have actually managed to secure the ultimate rear wing downforce upgrade. It did come onto the car, and as you can see, that puts us now as the 4th best car for the aerodynamic department there. And we've already got an upgrade on the way, hopefully, for the barge boards to reduce the drag of the car, which is really going to help around France, especially with its long straights and on Austria and Silverstone to come. However, what did fail was the upgrade for the ERS, so I've gone ahead and repurchased that now to try and get that on for France. I really want it to come on for the French Grand Prix because it's very high on the ERS, where I was really hoping it could come today so I could at least get another one on to help with it, but we'll just have to make do with that. And obviously the chassis-wise, I will have a look at that. The brakes one, probably for like the Hungarian Grand Prix, maybe pushing it to Singapore is when I'll get that onto the car. But without further ado, we're going to get straight now into qualifying and get on with the session. Alright, coming towards the end of my first flying lap. What's this going to be? Fastest. Wow, okay. 162. That's, kind of caught me out. Didn't think I'd actually go fastest. I was 2 tenths down in the middle sector. But I pulled it back. Okay, so there we go then. That's the end of Q1. The rain has now arrived. We managed to go fastest. My teammate Norris up in 6th place there. I actually found out he got the fastest middle sector by quite some margin, which is quite impressive. Who got knocked out in Q1 then? Ricciardo this time. So normally it's been Stroll, but it's Ricciardo. And it's occasion in the Alphas and the Toros. It's always going to be them. Q2 is going to be the interesting one. Is it going to be full wet conditions, or is it going to dry off again? I don't actually know. I'll take those courtesies back. Into the 1 minute 15s now. Weber's just gone 3rd fastest behind. Wow. That's impressive from Lucas. Right, I'm going to return to the garage, but I need to monitor the times because Weber's normally not that fast. That's an interesting one. Alright, so at the end of Q2 then, drivers improved on their laps. You can see Hamilton here goes fastest ahead of Butler, then Perez, and then Verstappen. We managed to finish in P8, but look at that, we were only 2 tenths off and down in 8th. Norris, my teammate, half a second shy, knocked out. Vettel, knocked out. Weber, knocked out. That's very interesting. I'm liking this qualifying session. I'm going to have to nail it if I'm going to get any chance of pole position.
Rainfall to increase within the next couple of minutes.
Mistake on the exit, but we still go fastest though.
In the fastest lap. Good job.
That's what we're talking about. Trying to beat Verstappen here, who's very quick in these conditions. So far it's provisional pole, and I've got one more chance to try and improve on that lap, and there's one piece where I think that I can. No one's found time on their final laps. I have, though. Cross the line. Pole position. 2nd race in a row.
Good job, mate. Really well done.
That's what I'm talking about.
Drive.
Car was there. It was working so well. And, yeah, like I said, no one found time on their last laps. I managed to find half a second. No one else did, and it's quite strange why. I thought they would be faster, but I don't care.
We begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Thomas lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Pierre Gasly, and Perez, Bottas, Magnussen, Sainz, and Devon Butler, Weber, Vettel, Lando Norris, and Grosjean. Stroll, Albon, Nico Hülkenberg, and Kimi Raikkonen, Ricciardo, And Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, remember to protect the inside.
Right, well.
To turn
Alright,
one.
Jeff,
Make
yeah.
yourself as
Tell
bright as
me all you
possible.
need to know.
Robust, but fair.
Yeah, tell me that. So, I don't need the excess fuel on board. It's going to be heavy, full wet conditions. Then we'll probably go on to inters. Might see us on the dries at the end. We might be using everything in this Grand Prix. So, this is going to be some unfamiliar territory then as we get ready to go for this Grand Prix. Then here we are then. 5 red lights for Canada. And it's lights out and away we go. Strong start from Leclerc. But I'm going to have the outside. And that's going to then tailor for the inside. Bad start for Verstappen, though. I did cover him off quite heavily, though, mind. Oh, dear me, that's deep. Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, I've got to get sorted around here first. Let's instantly chuck the ERS down. I just don't need to be running high ERS right now. Better traction than Charles. Charles going to come back at me, though.
Alright, well done off the line. We're in a good position.
Good start there. This middle sector is where the AIs are rapid versus yourself. Take a slightly wider line, I think, through here. Charles going to have the inside line. And then on traction, I can just breeze away off into the distance. Well, there we go then. We're pretty much coming up towards the end of the first lap. Navigated. And we're in the lead still. Good stuff. Let's try and build on the gap now.
Okay, the rain should ease up in a couple of minutes. Light rain soon. Full wets seem like the best tyre for now.
Right, okay, so very soon the light rain is going to pass. And we'll be on to... sorry, the heavy rain is going to pass. We'll be on to light rain. Gap is 3.4 seconds between myself and Charles. I'm under no real pressure from him behind. Hamilton can't seem to find a way past Leclerc either. Because that Ferrari is not the fastest car on the track. Neither's my McLaren, don't get me wrong. But the performance chart doesn't really put into perspective how the car genuinely feels. I think that's something that a lot of people are probably not going to understand, which I get. But you know, like in terms of the engine, we've got the fastest possible output of power. It's just that we don't have the fuel or the ERS to go with it. And then in terms of the downforce in this race, I have max downforce now. I cannot get any better downforce than this. And then in terms of the chassis, again, the chassis is as light as possible. And it's only to do with brakes now that I need to do. So, like, there's only small things. So, when you see my performance chart so far down the order, but my performance is so high up on the scale, that's your reasoning why. There's a yellow flag. What's that for? That's one of the Haas cars going slowly. I swear if it brings out a safety car, I'm going to be quite angry. Would have brought one out by now. It's for Gasly.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
I'll tell you what, that strategy change came in quick. Straight to inters already. So my team believe it's time to go and make the swap. Now, I do have a nice gap, which means I shouldn't get held in the pits, unlike everybody else. And yeah, I don't run pit assist, so that's probably why you're wondering if I speed into the pits. And I'm going to join me. They are going to join me. But I think I've actually got a big enough gap that the likes of the Racing Points, the Renaults, they ain't going to get in my way. No, they're really not. They're really not going to get in my way. Leclerc and Hamilton going to get held. They are going to get held. Wow, okay. They do get held up. That's going to give me a little bit extra track position now. Crucially, though, Hamilton is in front of Charles. I want to know how quick Hamilton is v me. Because I knew that Charles didn't have the pace, but Hamilton was... Shut the fuck up, Jeff. That was a bit aggressive, I'm sorry. But I don't know how quick Hamilton is, because against Charles, Hamilton couldn't find a way past Charles. But he was right on his back the whole stint. That might just be a good and a bad thing for me, you know.
Gap to teammate behind is
There we go. Just found half.
25 seconds.
Alright, Jeff, shut up. Just found half a second on Hamilton on that lap. We are now able to respond, which is good signs for us. Ooh, that's a bit dodgy. I have turned the ERS up, though, to counter Lewis. Track is drying out quite considerably now. I'm surprised it's drying out at the rate it is, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But you can see now that we're actually very close to slick tyres. Regarding my pace against Hamilton, I've gotten covered off. But yeah, like, the track is really drying. And I'm just considering what strategy do I even play now versus the rest. I'm thinking just going to medium tyres, because I think they can just get to the end of the race. And then the tyre that I've always felt comfortable with. But I'm just not sure yet. I'll have to think about it. But the longer that this stint goes on, the easier it will be for my mediums if I select them. Here we go. Time to go to dry zone, I guess. Norris pits.
Okay,
And we're going to go on to the medium tyres then for the next stint, which should get us to the end of the race. And there we go. DRS has now been enabled. So track conditions, things though, it's still raining, look. Which is why I've just, you know, been trundling along. What's going to be the positive sign is Leclerc is 3.5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, but he's definitely, I think, going to hold him up in the pits a little bit, which just gives me a nice slender gap again to work with. But we're coming in now. It's going to be stop number 2. There's a little bit of a scrap going on there, but Norris does get the undercut on quite a lot of cars then, as we now dive on in, and we get, oh my god, I'm going to get help myself, cut to wait for bloody Norris's pit stop. That's what I mean though, Leclerc there is going to interfere with Hamilton ever so slightly, and just give me a slight buffer back on that, but I have lost some time there, because obviously Leclerc came in, didn't he? It's fine. I think I've got pretty much most of my advantage back, if not maybe a bit more actually. And now we're on to dries.
Caution, caution. Someone's come off ahead of you.
And we
There's
do.
a yellow flag ahead.
And we set a 1.9, well, dead actually, a 1.19.000. If I get the fastest lap with a 1.9 dead like that, I'm sorry. I don't know what it is about you guys, but that is so satisfying to see. Just a straight standard lap time. Although in saying that, I've just gone faster again in the first sector. Right,
Good job.
that
was the fastest lap of the race so
I
far.
should settle the fastest lap debate now.
Final lap of the race.
Alright, so we're here then on the last lap of the Grand Prix, and yeah, I've skipped forward all this way because nothing's happened in this Grand Prix.
Car behind.
You know, I've had races before where they've been quite quiet, but I've literally been unfazed throughout the entirety of this race. Like, from start to finish, my teammate is just in front. That's Norris there, that's the next car to be lapped. Hamilton's closing the gap on me, but I've turned everything down. I'm not really pushing that hard, to be honest. And I've just thumped the wall for good measure. But yeah, like I said, you know, it's been a very, very dominant race for me. A track that I was expecting to be fast at, but I didn't expect to be, you know, as rapid. The wet weather conditions really helped. In the dry, I've had the pace, but not as consistently. But as we cross the start, or the final corner now, let's just not thump it in the wall by here, shall we? That'll do. That'll do very much. That's back-to-back race wins. Let's go.
That's That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
What a fantastic Grand Prix that was, and an excellent win for McLaren. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track.
Alright, so we're here then for the final race results. So, as you can see, we managed to win the Grand Prix ahead of Lewis Hamilton, who finished in front of Charles Leclerc. Then it was Devon Butler in the Racing Point next in P5 ahead of Bottas, Vettel, Verstappen dropping down to 8th ahead of Magnussen, and then Weber, and then we've got Grosjean, my teammate Norris, Lance Stroll, Raikkonen, and then some other cars in there, Ricciardo, Albon, Giovinazzi, and then we had obviously Hulkenberg, followed by the 2 DNFs there. In the Drivers' Championship then... Oh, wow. So, we have now taken the lead of the World Drivers' Championship. We are 6 points clear of Devon Butler, who is a further 2 points clear of Max Verstappen, who is a point ahead of Hamilton. It's a 4-way fight for the World Drivers' Championship. As things stand, with myself, the 2 Racing Points, and Hamilton currently in the mix. In the Constructors' Championship, Racing Points are still in front of Mercedes by 37 points, with 70 points back and 77 points behind our Ferrari. So things are hotting up, actually, in the World Drivers' Championship, and we take the lead. I think that's the first time ever, I want to say, in career mode, I've taken the lead at the Drivers' Championship. Although, no, I think I took the lead of it early in Season 2. I'm trying to remember, when did I actually take it before? What do you want, love? Do you want to talk to me?
From today's race,
Yeah.
Pretty hard to fend off Devon when he wants to pass.
Bitch, he was nowhere near me the whole race. Just gonna... What is wrong with you?
Old F2 rival in the championship.
Yeah, it's my favourite place to be.
Another podium. You must be getting used to
I
it.
mean, there is. I mean, in fairness, our power unit has been insane, so I am going to give some credit towards that.
Do you think that your close rivalry has...
I mean, it's not exactly close. I've beaten him every time I've been near him, to be honest, so I don't really know what you're doing. Yeah, I'll just go with that, I suppose.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad, because your questions are crap. So, anyway, I don't know how many R&D points we're going to get from this video. We are going to get extra points for beating Lando Norris in the rivalry, which is great. Because we only needed one more, like, rivalry point, I want to say. And we comfortably got that by, well, just battering him as per usual. You can see that, I mean, we've won 7 times now. Versus K-Mag, we're also going up a little bit, rivalry 1. So that's fantastic. So as you can see now, scrolling through the points here, I think we're probably going to get like 600-700 in total, which could be very nice for us. And we're going to use that very wisely there. And you can see the rivalry 1 as well. It is 652 points. That leaves us with 1,300 resource points, which I will... Would I spend them now, or shall I wait?
Keep it up.
What do I do? Do I wait, or do I go for it? Is that a major? It is a major. I'm tempted to save up for an ultimate drag reduction upgrade, you know? And just make this thing aerodynamically Jesus Christ. I think I might do it. I think I might save up and get this on the car. Because if I tried to get it now, what have we got? 3 weeks. So we've got France, Austria, Silverstone. So it would come in there. So obviously it would come in for like Germany, Hungary time. If I got that on the car, I've beaten the team objective goals. Where are they? Here they are. Qualify 11th or better. I want on pole. So I'm going to get a bonus at the end of the next episode, which means that I can do this. Or do I do this upgrade first? And just sort that out? Ooh, this is tough. Do I wait? Or do I go for fuel? Fuel's never been an issue for me, though. It's only been ERS. No, do you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to get an ultimate rear wing end plate drag upgrade on the car. And then I'm going to go for this little DRS one here. And then I'll go elsewhere. So anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're only around here as well. And until then, guys, I will see you for the next episode at the French Grand Prix. Take care, all, guys. Peace.